What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with RK Outpost, and if you're one of those people out there who still has hope that Star Wars can be saved, you think that it can be restored to what it was before Disney took over, maybe your favorite person at Lucasfilm who you really think treats the characters well, maybe you think that they're gonna topple Kathleen Kennedy, take over and change everything back to the way it was before. I think it's really time to face reality that Star Wars, as you knew it, as you loved it for decades, is dead, and it has been replaced with something nearly unrecognizable. It has been replaced with Disney Star Wars and everything that comes with it. And we got reminded of that yet again today with another hollow, empty virtue signal. Instead of creating stories that people will engage with and love, instead what they're doing is they use diversity and representation as a crutch and create characters literally because of what their skin color is, what their sexuality is, or what gender they identify with, and they force that down your throat with a virtue signal. Take a look at what we got today from Bounding into Comics. Star Wars promotes new The High Republic cover featuring, quote, trans non-binary Jedi Twins in support of International Transgender Day of Visibility. Now, I know we've got a lot of different months. I know we got a lot of different days for all these different things. Well, this one was International Transgender Day of Visibility. And you can see from Data Racer out here, he does put out this cover. Star Wars is doubling down on the woke, creating trans non-binary Jedi Twins for their new comic books. And here is the cover in all of its glory. These are the two twins. We were actually introduced to these characters in, I think, Star Wars The High Republic #2, when we found out that they don't have he, him pronouns. No, they're they, them. That is who these twins are. They identify as they, them. But it wasn't until today that it was revealed that not only are they non-binary, but they're also transgender. And of course, when you look at this, they didn't put this out on Twitter because they knew what the reaction would be. Instead, they posted it to Facebook, where you're only going to be able to comment if you use your real name. They also put it on Instagram, where it's not as easy to see when things get absolutely ratioed, like it very well may have if they had put it out on Twitter. You can see Data Racer follows up here. They posted this to Facebook, so you have to use your personal account to call them out, and then get doxxed and harassed by radical activists for your, quote, bigotry. And he also includes, right here is the quote from Star Wars, in honor of hashtag Trans Day of Visibility, we're proud to unveil an exclusive cover highlighting Tarek and Seret, trans non-binary Jedi, currently featured in Marvel's The High Republic comic. We support trans lives, and we are passionate and committed to broadening our representation in a galaxy far, far away. That is what this is about. This is about diversity and representation. And when I say that these are empty virtue signals, that Disney and Lucasfilm don't actually fucking care about these things, we have seen it over and over again. They will virtue signal during Black History Month and use Finn to try to say, look at what we've done for black characters in Star Wars. We love black characters. But then when the time comes to promote it in China, they shrink John Boyega on the poster, don't they? They shrink his role in the entire trilogy as a whole to try to get more money. When they put the first gay kiss ever, the first lesbian kiss in Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, what do they do in countries where it might be illegal to be gay? They cut that out because it's about a virtue signal until it becomes about money. Lucasfilm and Disney do not give a fuck, but what they are doing is they are literally creating these characters like Data Racer shows. This is what we talked about when we found out about the High Republic. People said, oh, you're making a big deal out of a whiteboard. No, we're not. This was the focus from the very beginning. It was never about great stories. It was about diversity and representation. Look at this. Fiction. What's good in fiction? Diversity. What do we want in Star Wars? We want representation and diversity. That's exactly what we are getting. You can go to Facebook and you can see, like I said, they didn't want to put it out. They wanted to put it out places where it would not be ratioed. So they put it out on Facebook, where you can't comment unless you have your name on there, and then they will literally do just that. They will screenshot it. They will have the woke mob put it out there, the echo chamber, to try to get you canceled. But they also put it out on Instagram. Now, Instagram, again, like I said, Twitter is very unique in the way that it's set up and how you can get ratioed on Twitter. Instagram is not the same way, but when you go through these comments, it's very revealing to see what everyone is thinking. So they put out exactly what I said before, that same verbiage they used, and they put it out on Instagram. Now you have Juna Sumato, the guy who plays Chewbacca. I believe that's who this is. I believe he's Chewbacca now, the new guy who plays Chewbacca. He says, trans rights are human rights. Welcome to the Star Wars family. That's the top one, a verified account. Let's go through some of the rest, shall we? Oh boy, the comments are going to be a doozy. Yeah, they are. And that actually has more likes than his, ironically. Oh well, better than making a previous character that format like most companies do. Okay, I see that. A lot of people saying happy birthday to the High Ground Master because it's actually Obi-Wan Kenobi's birthday today. In case you forgot Star Wars, maybe you should be focused on that, but instead, it's about diversity and representation. Disney once again proving why Star Wars should have been left with George Lucas. It's Master Obi-Wan's birthday. This person says respect. Congratulations, all Star Wars. Congratulations to you. When does Kenobi come out? A very neutral face there. L. They look awesome, says Star Wars parody. Sus. I'm sure the comments will have mature reaction to the... You knew what was going to happen. Is this a joke? Why? Does the non-binary Jedi have a rainbow lightsaber? Huh? What a joke. It's nice to have representation in Star Wars. It's great the Star Wars universe is a place where everyone feels welcome. I'm happy they did this. Star Wars just isn't fun anymore. L. Are we blind to play the birthday wishes? Oh dear, oh dear. So we have a sentient rock and these two. Yep, I'm about done with this series. So you can see that, listen, there's some people in support of it, and listen, if you feel like you need to see this, that you need to see a character who exactly looks like you, talks like you, has your pronouns, all of these things, if you need that to be able to enjoy something, I feel for you, because that must be pretty rough. You must not get any enjoyment out of anything if that's the way you operate. The vast majority of people, all we want is a great story that is told to us in a riveting fashion, a way that makes us connect to these characters. You don't have to be a transgender non-binary person to identify with a character who's transgender or non-binary, but that is seemingly how they present it. What they have done in doubling down on this and going down this rabbit hole specifically with the High Republic, you can see the fucking reaction from people. Look at every Star Wars The High Republic video. It gets ratioed to fucking hell. Same thing with This Week in Star Wars whenever they cover it. Of course, that also has a lot to do with Gina Carano and what they did to her. But of course, you can look at The Bad Batch, the like ratio, and that's pretty good, 93%. Still probably lower than they expected on something that was highly anticipated. I think you're going to see a lot of people kind of forget about the Gina Carano stuff and go back because, oh, we like the Clone Wars. Dave Filoni's going to save Star Wars. You're going to have those people that do go back and embrace The Bad Batch. Don't be fooled by that. Because like I said, Disney Star Wars is Star Wars at this point. Like what we thought we had, the thing that we loved is gone. And it's not coming back as long as Disney is still running this company. That is the bottom line. They are using characters like this and think that they can get away with just having, oh, we got a trans Jedi, we got a girl Jedi, we got a black Jedi, we got this, we got that. There we go. We'll just shove it down your throats now. And if you don't like it, you're a fucking bigot. It doesn't have anything to do with the fact that there's no story, that Light of the Jedi is one of the most dull books I've ever read. One of the most dull Star Wars books I've ever read. It's not poorly written. It's just a fucking boring story. Because the whole entire reason they created the High Republic was just like Data Racer pointed out. It was so they could have this. That is the reason that the High Republic was created in the first place. We talked about it then. People called us out. I can't believe you're getting upset over whiteboard. This is why we said it. Because we knew that this would be the result. The result would be poor storytelling with virtue signals, diversity, and representation, and these tokenized characters shoved down our throats. And that's exactly what we got. Star Wars is a joke. That's what it is. Star Wars is an absolute joke now. This is when they were revealed, where it's like, not he, they. Avar Chris has to correct someone on pronoun usage. This is Star Wars now. Star Wars is Disney Star Wars. And I know that might hurt for a lot of people. A lot of people still want to hold out hope that Star Wars can change, that someone in there, the Civil War, that someone's going to sweep in and fix everything, that it's just Kathleen Kennedy that's the problem. No. Disney is the problem. Disney is the problem with Star Wars. Kathleen Kennedy is a major problem, to be sure. But Star Wars is gone. Star Wars is now a fucking joke. Star Wars is now Disney Star Wars. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.
Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.